The Issue of Agreement by Lesley Zore. Let me quickly recap on the anarchist idea of the denouncement of morality. Anarchism, especially the kind of stateless society I believe in, does not make a claim to morality. This is the opposite of to theocracy, which forms all of its ideals on the universal moral codex, no matter in what set of morals a certain theocracy believes. Anarchism observes that we seek to conduct certain processes and to assert certain means and achieve certain goals. We proceed to claim that anything which in the long term helps us achieve those goals is moral. For many people, it is the goal of humanity to spread, to enjoy, or to simply be moral. Individuals who believe in such a reason calculate that a certain action or set of actions may hinder it and is thereby immoral. Those very individuals may calculate that some action or a set of actions does help them achieve this glorified goal and is thereby moral. We must, however, observe the disconnect between an action benefiting their long term goals and individuals thinking it will benefit their long term goals. Let us take the example of transphobes. A conservative anarcho capitalist, a paleo libertarian, may claim that a corporate society may only survive in a static social structure. Hence, they might say the gender binary ought to be preserved and yet let the market capitalize of pink capitalist propaganda. At the same time, corporations benefiting off the queer liberation struggle while ensuring the transgender folks are oppressed, are an institution of oppression themselves. However, this may seem moral to the conservative anarcho capitalist because it strengthens their society and asserts their social goals. Thereby, something may be claimed moral simply because one thinks it will benefit the society they dream of. However, this is not a general morality. Not everyone agrees on what is beneficial to achieving some goal and what is not. One may believe an action is beneficial to their goals. If the academic community comes to agree, it becomes a norm to believe so. However, the academic belief is an appeal to scientific consensus, which may be influenced or overall wrong. A mistake delivered through influence may be a claim on neuronormativity of gay people once being shown as mentally divergent for political or social reasons. An example of a plain mistake might be the flame phlogiston or the luminiferous ether. The academic opinion does not constitute a necessarily positive, a complete truth. Scientists may reach a certain conclusion, but this does not mean the conclusion is universally correct, nor will the future scientific community agree with the given conclusion. What most of society calculates to be the best way of achieving the long term goal perpetrated into their minds by the propaganda machine of the very society is what we call moral. This is why we, anarchists, may see morality as a social construct. As sin, one may attempt to argue that an action is good at benefiting a certain process or a certain goal. To make this seen as moral by the society, some academic or political general agreement is necessary. I, however, may recognize something to be beneficial to a goal, even though the state does not. I personally have calculated that taking HRT, hormone therapy, treatment before the age of 18 may help me with my gender dysphoria, thereby benefiting my consciousness. Society does not agree with me. I think that the most beneficial idea for my welfare would be to receive HRT, but the society does not think that. Our vision of what benefits the randomly chosen but majorly accepted goals is not a single vision. Thereby, one can disagree with what the society sees as moral and still appeal to a certain group of people, possibly even to a bigger part of society. We come to a point that the vision of what is seen as beneficial, what is seen as boosting for some process or goal may differ. Thereby, it is an infringement of a political view to dictate to an individual to feel bad about doing something or not doing so. It is a one sided political enforcement, a campaign of infringements to prevent a murder. However, such a political enforcement is not necessarily negative, though not necessarily positive either. If I see one's actions as threatening to my long term goals, I may decide that they are threatening my goals. If I see a person being violent to others, I may wish to stop it because I think it is harmful to my goals of peace. In this way, there is nothing wrong with a group of workers using force, lethal if necessary, to combat a rapist who is hurtful to workers' long term goal of common benefits. There is nothing objectively moral, because for something to be objectively moral, there would have to be not only be an objectively absolute way of achieving a goal, there would have to be the goal itself. However, however, time is not necessarily limited. Each process or goal may both cause and affect other goals. There is no long term final goal one can try to achieve. Thereby, not only that morality is not possible, the social construct of morality isn't either. Morality as a social construct should be called actions benefiting a certain goal. Morality cannot become a social construct because it cannot be thought of. As stated above, there cannot be a final goal, for no goal is stable and results in other processes resulting in future goals. I claim that religion is false, and yet it is a social construct at least. Morality, however, is not even that. Morality is what I call a double spook, a double social construct. Know that even if religion was true, in a monotheistic sense, it does not yet provide a need for morality. Even if there was some kind of a god and it would command something as a moral or immoral, why should one follow that piece of advice? There is no reason to, especially regarding any existing religion, seeing their corruption, transphobia, patriarchy, and militant views. Although some of those may be exempt from certain religions, any implementation, integration of, or claim to morality is henceforth nonsensical and may actually be very harmful to achieving a peaceful environment if used to defend some hierarchical, rotting system. And I shall not let this take place. I shall rebel and provide my service to my goals. Long live the revolution!